in the presentation of decks. Finally ready to start the second game, it looks like. And we see a bunch of white lands out of Austin's hand that might be Tron. I think I saw at least 2 different ones. They both kept Razor Verge and a Heritage Druid. We're going to see this game start off with a great card from Jesse. Wasn't the best. I think Nettle Sentinel's obviously the play. That way you can untap it in main phase 2 after you get in for 2. But a turn 1 Chromatic Sphere, which is going to potentially let him turn to Sylvan Scry for his third Tron piece.
Between the last 2 weeks of coverage, like Star City and Versus videos and just things like that, standard Super Series, whatever I have seen more turn 3 natural Tron in 2 weeks than I
than
have
ever before?
Yeah, just
I remember before it was like you're so lucky. I think that it was always this way, and just people didn't realize it, and they just would still be like, "You're so lucky you got it."
Yeah.
And it's just how the cards fall. Sometimes they fall right for the right players.
You play 4 of
for the
each
right
copies.
player, is there a wrong player?
Yeah.
Falls right for the player. That's the best way to say
How'd
that.
Jesse do?
He got demolished game 1. He went turn 1 Nettle Sentinel, turn 2 Nettle Sentinel Heritage Druid, tapped them all for Elvish Archdruid, into a turn 2 Pyroclasm. Yeah, so he
I feel this pain. I got turn 2 Blood Moon.
and he finds it with the Sylvan Scrying. He doesn't even need, or with the Ancient Stirrings, doesn't even need to play Sylvan Scrying. So he has Tron on turn 3. If he has a Karn, this could already be over.
Don't forget Wormcoil.
Yeah, Wormcoil is. We saw double Wormcoil. It got him up to 46 life. And Jesse, he got him up to 30. Jesse could have attacked for 29.
Oh.
29. He was 1 damage shy from winning.
Oh.
After he got blown out with that Pyroclasm, he was one damage shy of winning.
Yeah, and that's the resiliency of Collecting Company.
Yeah, Collected Company put him right back in that game that he was, what he thought was out of. He's going to play Horizon Canopy. For those of you who don't know, it can tap for a green or it can only tap for a green or a white, and it damages you 1 damage to do so, much like Brushland. And it also has the ability, 1, to tap it and sacrifice it to draw a card. So it's a pretty awesome card from Future Sight.
Yeah, I think it's one of utility land.
Yeah, some of them play a couple extra, I think. But
the new ones play like 3.
it could help with sideboarding too.
What'd you get?
I'm not sure. That was the pack that Josh opened earlier. Not good. It was like Overwhelming Stampede and a Spectral Procession.
Overwhelming letdown.
That is not wrong. We're going to see a life total change. It's going to be 19 all. As a Nettle Sentinel comes down for Josh, enabling him to do awesome things, especially with a Nykthos in play. We're going to see a tap from a Razor Verge for another Nettle Sentinel. So is Josh going to do it again? He has a Chromatic Sphere. Tap 3 for an Archdruid? If he has 2 Archdruids, he might win. Oh, okay.
So he has 1 floating.
1 floating, so he has a green in his pool. He's going to cast Visionary. Has he drawn off the Visionary yet?
I think so.
Okay. I looked down at my paper for a split second.
Can't be looking down. That's how you lose where you're at, bro.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and tap those Nettle Sentinels to go up to 4 green in his mana pool. And cast... Is that what that is? Is it the extra art for Bestial Wrath? Or Bestial...
Beast Within.
Beast Within, that's what it is. Bestial Wrath
Yeah.
is a different card.
It was Beast Within.
Have your RK post beast.
So, Beast Within's going to take out the...
Tower.
Urza's Tower, the more important one, leaving a green in Jesse's pool. And he still has mana that he can make with the Heritage Druid and Nykthos. Nykthos can add 5 mana to his mana pool right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how many cards he has in hand. He has to be running out. Well, I guess Visionary replaces itself, so he should have 0. Actually, he played first. I don't think he should have a card in hand. Or he might have one.
Yep, Cord of
Cord.
Calling.
Okay. So he's going to add 3.
Cord for
go up
5?
to 4.
Or
4.
Nykthos is going to put him at 2 green. So he can get a 3-drop, I believe.
but then you can convoke.
He didn't convoke.
Yeah, he did.
He did, and then
He
the
convoked
Nettle
and then
Sentinel's
they
untapped from the Cord.
Why would he convoke when he could just tap the Nettle Sentinels to Heritage Druid?
I'm just saying, I don't.
And
It's
then he
just
gets to
a-
activate. I don't think he convoked. I would
He
assume
did.
that. Okay.
Because he untapped on. He moved the cord to the side, he tapped his mana, and he also tapped the 2 nettles and then untapped them
Oh, okay.
before cord went to the grave.
We'll see what he gets. I mean, I'm not sure what the deck plays.
You might get Rex Sage to hit the Chromatic Sphere. I mean, that's
Not a bad.
I mean, it gets him out of a potential Pyroclasm right now. It makes it to where he can't possibly do it on his next turn.
Yeah. And plus, it also
He
keeps
does. Go
it-
Jesse.
It just keeps him off a card too.
No, because he still draws a card, don't he? From the start?
Sphere has to be sacked to get its
Okay.
draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Stars.
that does
Stars
go
when
there.
it goes to the graveyard.
Okay. Yeah. It's been too long. I still hate Tron.
The people who like Tron, compared to the people who don't, I think that it's way in the favor of people who don't like Tron.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me, but I definitely don't care to play against it because I don't want to play against turn 3 Karn. That's not fun to me.
Turn 3
But then
Karn's not
again,
Tron.
I don't want to play against a potential turn 1 loss against that Blister Coil weird deck. So
I'd rather take the Bluster Coil deck over the Karn any day.
I enjoy playing against linear decks. I enjoy knowing what my opponent is wanting to do.
is wanting to do
Yeah.
just that one thing.
Yeah.
So basically, one.
Yeah. If it's the gamble game. You're either gonna get there or you're not.
Chill Bro Swaggins. That's the best username that I have stumbled across in this Twitch channel so far. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. You can tell.
Yeah.
Hey, what
It's
were you
almost like-
playing when you got turn 2 Blood Moon?
Abzan Company.
What were you playing against?
Once again, I'd like to take
I
this
had no
chance
clue
to
what
thank you
everything falls
all, each and
What?
every
It's
one
a
of you,
vanity
for
with
joining
red.
us this evening. It's been a wonderful night of Modern.
He was playing against red-based Affinity when he got turned to
Blood Moon.
Moon.
What were you playing?
He was playing Collective Company.
Oh,
Abzan.
so
It
you...
was playing against Till. Cody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, Cody is playing that Caldotha Red deck.
Yeah.
Josh was talking to me about it a little bit.
Nothing's evil.
Going to
Let's get
untap and draw after taking some damage down to 11.
I gotta find David, so I'll see you all later.
See you, George.
Oh,
He has to read Expedition Map to make sure he can grab any land. And it can. So, once again, he does have Tron. But all he has active to use is the tower this turn. We have to see if Jesse untaps his Nettle Sentinels in his untap step. July 18th, we have our Star City Games preliminary Pro Tour qualifier, invitational qualifier mixed together. It's going to be a blast. We're going to be streaming that. It's going to be Modern. And we have a lot of tournaments in between then to see how the meta is going to change, as we have an Oblivion Stone come down with the last 3 mana. Jesse's going to go ahead and pop his Horizon Canopy to draw a card. And he's going to untap and make sure he taps those Nettle Sentinels. You gotta make sure he taps those Nettle Sentinels. He untapped them in his upkeep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make sure that they don't accidentally do that. Nettle Sentinel itself does not untap unless you cast a green card. That is the only way it untaps. And, so we'll go ahead and have Mike go over there and tell them to fix that. And he does. Nettle Sentinel stays tapped, and we are good to go to finish this turn. The cool thing about a Star City Games IQ with a preliminary Pro Tour qualifier attached is there is no downside to a preliminary Pro Pro Tour qualifier attached to it, it is only good. In addition to being qualified for the Invitational and getting $250, you also get invited to a regional Pro Tour qualifier where just with entry you get a... Right now, I don't know if they're going to change the promo for the next one, but it was a promo foil Liliana of the Veil.
Yeah, it should be that for the next couple, I think, is what Chucky told me.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Which, if you're like me and just so happen to missed out on that Pro Tour invite, then...
Yeah, you got second at West Virginia... Or Morgantown one. So he's going to attack Austin down to 1. And he's putting on the big beats, hoping that Austin doesn't have something too difficult to play against. But he does have an Oblivion Stone he can sacrifice right now. So Jesse went all in and gave it all that he could. We'll see if he can close it out and not die at 19. Last game he can only put him to 1. This game he did put him to 1. And the Oblivion Stone's going to resolve. Followed by another Oblivion Stone, which is not what Jesse wants to see. Does he draw Bloodghast? That's the question of the day. No, he didn't. What do you know? He's going to draw from that Elvish Visionary.
The Visionary still has to be answered. So...
We're going to see a Worm Coil come down for Austin. I would say if you've already won one, that's a very... it's a very good problem.
Yeah.
To not be able to play in the tournament since you've already qualified.
Especially because I think there's only maybe 4 within a 2-hour distance of Huntington.
Yeah.
So...
The PPTQs?
Yeah, the PPTQs.
Yeah. There's not too many in the area. Unless you want to go to Columbus. Actually, I don't even see them in Columbus too often, but I don't look because I don't play.
Because you don't want to go to a tournament to win a tournament, to go to another tournament to hopefully make the top 8.
He's going to take the Worm Coil Engine attack, and Worm Coil stuck. Jesse is behind, and this might be all she wrote.
Yep, and Jesse scoops him
Jesse goes ahead and scoops him up, and we're going to see if we can get the top 8 match already started. That way, I'm going to actually have to talk with Rare Drops to see if I have time. So I will be right back. Michael will be back with you. I'll switch it over to him so you guys can hang out and talk and all that. So, be right back.
I do agree that the regional PTQ, preliminary PTQs, whatever you want to call it, I don't like them as much as the last setup. Yeah, Garrick doesn't talk. He just stands and broods. He's brooding. But yeah, I don't mind the regional PTQ setup in the sense that it gets more people, or it's supposed to get more people into the Pro Tours. Is it harder? Absolutely. Do you need more to get into it? Yeah, you have to win an individual tournament, roughly 30 people, and then you have to top 8 a slightly bigger tournament, and then you get your invite. So a little bit different than just winning one tournament, but you know, if it's your shot, it's your shot. Yeah, I do wish the regions were better set up. It's weird because usually for things like that, Columbus gets one or something along those lines, but not this time.